Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your SPDR ETF wrap-up for Monday, the 22nd of November, 2021. Interesting day. We've got the nominations for the Fed Chair and Vice Chair. And again, Fed Chair Powell, nominated again, it should be a shoo-in. And Lael Brainard, she is going to be the Vice Chair. I think she'll be a shoo-in. Then we still have, three open seats. I think that Mr. Biden, President Biden, is waiting on that to see how he wants to put people in there. But this was a move that he did. Look for either tonight or tomorrow the president to announce some releasing, at least that's what the markets think, of strategic oil reserves. Now, that's infuriating OPEC. They're going back to the table. They said, well, why should they keep increasing their production if we're going to release our oil, Japan and China doing the same? Well, I guess they don't get the story. People don't like $80 a barrel oil. OPEC Plus is not your friend. It's your enemy. It's a financial enemy. I'm not talking politics. They want to tax the American people. They realize that oil's going to eventually, if the world's going to get green, have to be something that either gets cleaner in some manner or it goes bye-bye. So why not take advantage and get all the money you can right now as everybody else, quote unquote, whatever everybody means, tries to go green and cuts back production. At the same time, the economies of the world are reeling right now from another surge in COVID-19. You cannot ignore that. Austria has imposed a full lockdown, not of its whole population, of the people not vaccinated. I thought I made that crystal clear. People are saying I didn't say that. If I didn't, I apologize. I thought I did, and I certainly have been writing about that. Now, the fines go into place. I've known about that. They're going to fine people that aren't vaccinated $4,000, I think January 1st. And then if people that are vaccinated that are eligible for a booster don't get it, they're going to get about a $2,000 fine on them. Germany is considering the same thing. Ms. Merkel came out today and said it's straining the hospital system. You can't do it. You'll see other countries having the same problem. Not everybody. A lot of us are vaccinated, and we can handle what's going on. I had another person write me on the YouTube channel. 50% of the people in the hospital have had their shots. That's nonsense. I don't know where you come up with those statistics. Maybe you found a hospital with that, but that's not the national statistics in the United States. All right, the vast majority of the cases are the unvaccinated. I'm not even hearing that we've approached levels like we used to have. But that's not the case in Germany. They're hitting new high levels. They have to be very, very careful there. So I don't mind what you write. Have some of your facts. Mine are never all right, so I get it. I like to be corrected, but I don't think you're right, whoever said that. Tesla, did I not say that I thought the market was on its way up? Now, here's where I think the market's going to fail. See this gap right in here? I'm guessing that right in that area, the market's saying, okay, it's come back from $975 roughly to $1,200. Maybe it's going to consolidate some of that. Wouldn't surprise me at all. When we look at the trend is up, make higher highs, higher lows. The market has also crossed the 18-day average of closes, so the bias is up. Resistance is at a new high. 1257.70 to get up there. Got to have some pretty good news. But you do have momentum young. It's still pointing up. It's not overbought. We'll see what it can do. In Apple, notice how it closed towards the low. I wouldn't be surprised if by the close tomorrow we're inside these Bollinger Bands. You have 4 days in a row over it. It's very rare that you have 5. So look for a pullback in an overbought market. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. ARK, it just continues to tank. So Cathie Wood's funds, which were stellar performers in 2020, this particular one is in real serious trouble. I think it's down like 30% or so for the year, so it's quite a drop in it. In XLI, we have a higher high, lower low. There's nothing to do when you get to that. The semiconductors, today was the day that ended the swing. You lost the embedded reading. So this whole plateau up, since it's been embedded, as far as I'm concerned, on the close of business today, the pros came out. You never catch the top. It's unimportant. It's a zone, and that's what I thought happened. CNBS, I want to say CNBC, but no, it's this. Now you're to the lower Bollinger Band in an embedded condition? No, oversold condition. This is where the pros, I think, are yanking out. They got to the upper band, now they're at the lower band. I think you'll flip-flop on this. That's what I'm looking to see. In the home builders, we saw good home sales numbers as people are rushing to buy homes before interest rates get too high on them. But the sales price, did you look at them? They keep climbing. You got about a 2.4 month supply, still embedded. The pros are buying until you lose the embedded reading and taking off money at the upper Bollinger Band, in my opinion. XLE, the energy sector, you got down last Thursday and Friday to the lower Bollinger Band, and you're fighting to get back in it right now. Oversold. I think the pros are out of their short positions for the time being. In emerging markets, you've come down. 50-42 is the lower Bollinger Band. You got to 50-50. You're in that ballpark area, oversold, where I think short covering is going to develop in here. Now in gold. On the daily chart, you cratered today, which puts into play now these numbers. I am not rushing to you and saying on a daily chart you want to buy that. It's the weekly chart, and I talk about that in my metal report that I did do over the weekend. Don't leave at the end of this. I'll show you what I did in that, so hang around. It's free for you to see the report, by the way. You lost the embedded reading. You could get down there. Today was the washout day on the daily chart. Gold miners, I was looking for support in here. And in my report, I don't mind telling you, I said this is the one you want to avoid because the gold itself looks stronger. GLD looks stronger. Copper, fighting at the 18-day average of close and the green, the 100, going flat. Peru over the weekend decided to pull the licenses of 2 mines earlier. These were mines that were scheduled to close anyways, but they've yanked them earlier. And in Peru, you operate there if you're a miner at the privilege of doing so. The government at any point can yank your license. So when you go to foreign countries, you have to understand that they can do what they want, when they want, and how they want. And that probably is going to put a little bit of bid into the market as traders get worried, well, what else is going to be shut down? These were not large mines. I want to make that clear. TLT, the trend is down. So you got up, and now that we know who the Fed chairs are, suddenly everybody's an expert. I've already saying that the market is now anticipating the first Fed hike will be in June of next year. So they've moved it first from the end of 2022. Now it's into June. I wouldn't be surprised if they say March. Do I think they're right? No. I think they're right only if the data proves them right. And the Fed just announced tapering 2.5 weeks ago. We have to see the first data. Traders are saying come December, they're going to, at the next FOMC, try to speed it up and maybe do a quicker taper. I can accept that. But I think the Fed is so data dependent, and you've given the man in control what he has told us for years. We're data dependent. Why do you have to go to June in your thoughts? But traders are. So just understand what they're doing, and they grandstand. What do you think the beginning of the year, all the predictions for a year 2022 are? They're one thing. They're grandstanding. I pray to God I'm right. I want to be so right. I want people to remember me. I want to be called on CNBC. I want to be on Bloomberg. I want to be on Fox. They got to remember what I did. Here's the problem. What was good, just like Kathy Woods, great in 2020, often doesn't get that type of performance the following year. Not saying always, often. That's what happens. But grandstanding, let the next guy do it. I have enough trouble picking out what's going to happen in a week. And that to me is the longer term chart. Trying to tell me what's going to happen in a year, it's great with the analysis. How many times during the year does Goldman Sachs, who I think is great banking, great research, change their analysis? Over and over. So it's wonderful to do it. It's wonderful that it's great year-end read, and you look and see why traders are saying that, but then you have to have flexibility in your head. That's why you're a chartist. FXE, I kept telling you, it's a time to go to Europe. You're under 113. You're still embedded. And with the COVID outbreak there, why would you want to own this? There's big problems there at this point in time. Not the place to be. So as I said, I did a special report for you on the gold market. Now, it's a video report. You go to our website at www.iraepstein.com, and you go to the top where it says research, and in the research area, just click it, and you're going to see Ira Epstein's gold report. I covered first the futures market. I did it, the weekly charts, then I went to the daily. I gave two scenarios. The first scenario didn't hold up, the embedded reading on the daily, but that puts into play completely the second scenario on the weekly charts. Then I went to gold, GLD, and I did the same. I built a whole chart for you using the daily, then went to the weekly, and then I give you GDX both ways. So if you're looking at those, I think you take a look. How do you get to it? Go to our website, again under the word research. It's all up there for you. And when we come back from Thanksgiving, I'm going to do another series of reports. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.